All right, everyone, welcome back to Mildly Infuriating. This Anger Week is brought to you by a repeat sponsor, the like button. I guess it's been getting a lot of business in past weeks, so it keeps coming back for more. Just once again, it asks you to click it. It's really simple stuff. I wonder how many posts this month are going to be empty shelves because of panic buying. I'm guessing at least 5. All right, let's start off with number 19. I hate this so much. What does heuristics mean? Heuristic. Noun. Plural noun. Heuristics. Heuristic process or method. Study and use of heuristic techniques. I don't actually know what this word means myself, and now I'm just really frustrated because I don't think I'll ever know. Isn't it illegal? Can't you be jailed if you use the original word to describe itself? I mean, this isn't like the color green, right? Describe the color green to me if I can't see. Well, yeah, then we have a problem. That is something I've thought about before, though, is like you have to define words using other words, and as you get down the rabbit hole, does there become a point where eventually you can't use other words to describe the word you're trying to describe, or it goes in a circular loop to where eventually you need context of like real life stuff that you can point at before it works? I'm overthinking this one, but that's illegal. Fork you, the sun. Bro, I'm so lucky with my current bedroom. The angle of my place in relation to the way that the sun goes means the sun never actually gets directly into my eyes. And it's the most amazing thing that I didn't even recognize until after the fact. I had like kind of taken it for granted. And I was like, you know what? I've been in other places where the sun kind of shines straight into my face when I'm waking up, and it doesn't happen. It doesn't happen at any time of day here. Sorry that happens to you here. Put up a piece of cardboard over the window or something that'll fix it. Restaurant closed 15 minutes ago, and these people are oblivious that the whole staff is standing around waiting for them to leave. If you've ever worked in the service industry, you know this is way more than mildly infuriating. I always feel super self-conscious when I end up being like one of the last few people at the restaurant. I refuse to be the last person. I don't want to be the people holding it up. Oh God, because obviously the closure of a restaurant is more so like the last time they'll seat you, and then they'll let you finish your meal. But then, you know, they don't want to be rude to you and make you as the customer angry, so they're not gonna like kick you out. But come on, use your weight re-racker mentality and try not to inconvenience other people too much. If everybody else is left and you're just carrying on, let's carry on the conversation elsewhere. The kitchen already closed like an hour ago. I mean, come on. When your kid has a fever and all the infant medicine has been hoarded. Well, there we go. There's our first empty shelf post. Grocery stores have been able to remain stocked, and you don't need to own 5 years worth of food that you're just gonna end up throwing out once you realize you didn't need to buy all of it. How about we go in moderation, take it day by day, buy what you need, and you'll find that there's actually just enough to go around, as there always has been. I hope that these are back now in stock, because it seems like grocery stores are still getting their usual deliveries, and the people who've hoarded this aren't hopefully going to need a lot more for a long time, and so it should give a chance to other people. Like, I was actually looking, because you know how Google can sometimes give the real-time information of what percentage of the normal amount of people are at a location. I looked at the grocery store. Now that we've kind of been on lockdown here for a few days in LA, a lot less people at the grocery store. Bought a coloring book and pencils to keep myself busy while I'm off work. Thought these were full-size pencils. Yeah, you see what they did there is they just let the packaging go a little bit further. I mean, hey, on the plus side, you got a lot of colors there, so I hope that it ends up being enough. But yeah, you're like, Amazon Prime is up to long delivery times now. Like, you take the 2-day or 1-day delivery times for granted. Anyway, I hope that you are able to order more if needed. Apparently, my tap has been on all winter. Oops. I feel like you noticed this if this was your full-time home, but I don't know. Maybe not. Wow. I wonder what the pace of drippage is there. It must be kind of slow, like to give it a little bit of time to freeze over and build up. I mean, eventually, wouldn't it just freeze up? Because it looks, I can't see the end of the hose, so I feel like it must be buried in there, which means at some point, oh God. Wouldn't that then back up into the pipe? I've never lived in a snowy place, but I've heard your pipes freezing is not a good thing. And you want to try to make sure if you're leaving a place for a while that there's no standing water in your pipes if you can avoid it. So that seems not good. I got dicks on my hand. It looks like you're at the store too. Well, at least you found out before you took it home, right? You just grabbed the water bottle off the shelf and it was like, oh, okay. Well, I'm not gonna buy this one. What do you even do in that case? Just like, guess I'll put this back. Hey, store associate. Bathroom anywhere? No reason at all. Just need to go pee. Thanks, much appreciated. Brought a cake into work to share and someone took all the What? Took all the frosting. What? I just want a hidden camera to see. This is kind of an unheard. I'm at a loss for words. I've never even thought about the idea of doing this before. Like they scraped it all off and put it on their plate. Like all of it. I don't understand why. Why would you ever do that? Like, I get it, frosting's pretty good, but by the time I've eaten all the default amount of buttercream frosting on a cake, like I've had about enough. Honestly, this is more just fascinating than it is infuriating. I think I'd be too confused to be infuriated. I'd just be unable to compute what happened. This is the weirdest thing I've ever seen in my life. It's picked so clean too. Like there's barely any remnants. I wouldn't have even known that frosting was on this. I'm colorblind and I didn't understand why a car honked me before my girlfriend told me. So this is actually why for stoplights they have 3 different spots for lights. Or at least it's one of the reasons. Maybe you can tell me others. But it's because, I asked this before, I was like, why don't we just have one light? It could turn the different colors. And then I was like, oh, okay. So for people who are colorblind, you have positional ways to distinguish between the lights. Makes a lot of sense. This seems like this could be dangerous, given the situations presented before us right here on Mildly Infuriating. This couple in Canada reselling wipes online for around 90 Canadian dollars bought from Costco. This I would still classify as under the empty shelves from coronavirus. I mean, I feel like that you should be obligated to sign a contract that's like, in order to do this, you have to agree to be infected. I think it's a fair trade-off. People are out there who, they've just lost their normal supply. They've run out. They want to get some more, and they can't because you bought 50,000 of them. There have been like interviews with people who have been proud to proclaim that they were buying a whole bunch of stuff and then reselling them and doing price gouging. People were dumb enough to actually proudly admit this in interviews. Like, are you serious? The glasses in my beer flight wouldn't come out of the holder. Wait, is the bottom too big? But how would it, what? I'm so confused. What? They had to get in there, right? But it would be actually easier to pull them out than it would to put them in this situation, which means that they just stay there. Do they get washed like this? Do they throw the whole thing in the dishwasher? Do they wash them individually and then the waiters must realize there's a flaw with this and they still go with it anyway? It's just a tease. It's like, here's the beer. If you can figure out how to drink it, well then, you win our grand prize. So far, no one's figured out how to do it. You're not allowed to break the wooden thing either. It's like one of those puzzles that I was super terrible at trying to solve when I was younger. Something that like there's an easy way to do it, but it looks like you have to force it, but forcing it's not the way. There's some trick here, and some master puzzle YouTube channel is gonna figure it out for you. My banana isn't going without a fight. This looks like something out of a VeggieTales cartoon. Like the banana's getting sucked into a whirlpool. but it gets a chance to say like its last goodbyes before it happens. Is it still going? This is a 21-second clip. I'm impressed. I'd also be terribly concerned taking off the lid. I would think it's gonna splatter everywhere. You have more guts than I. My little brother eats a burger layer by layer. This is who stole the frosting. They also eat cakes layer by layer, and first step is the bun is to the burger as the frosting is to the cake. The frosting is the bun of the cake. So we found the culprit, ladies and gentlemen. No one else out there could do this, and if not, then this person must also scoop frosting off of cakes. Who just eats the bun? Who's like, yeah, it's burger time. Let me just squeeze some ketchup and mustard and eat the bun while the patty is right there. And he just like eats the patty and eats the next bun. Does he just eat the lettuce pieces, or is the lettuce at least combined with some other element? What? Who does that? CM. Find the elf. I was like, wait a minute. Oh, it's the bullet point was important in the title. Oops. Nice hole punching. Well, you know what you could do in order to show that at least you tried is go ahead and take a ruler, even though I'm sure it says on the paper, drawing's not to scale. Just take a ruler and be like, you know what? They measure the same, therefore this must be a square, right? And then you take a protractor, get that that's like 90 degrees right there. You're like, oh, it's a square. Okay, so it's going to be 6 divided by root 2 times itself. And there you go. There's the area. I mathed it up because screw you and your schedule. My doctor, if you're more than 15 minutes late, we will reschedule you and charge you full price for inconveniencing us. Also, my doctor, know where this is going. I am an hour and 30 minutes behind schedule, and I'm sorry, but there's nothing you can do. So you're just going to have to suck it up. Yeah. And it's like the one time that you're 15 minutes late, the doctor is running precisely on time. And if you're on time, doctor's going to be an hour and 30 minutes late. There's no two ways about it. That's how it works 100% of the time, all the time. And the top for the past month, by the thumbnail, looks to be empty shelves. I have 3 rolls left at home. I hope everyone is enjoying their 50 plus rolls. Hey, wait, there's one. There's one. Oh, wait. No, that's paper towels. Oh, these are paper towels. I mean, worst comes to worst, I guess you can wipe your butt with a paper towel. I mean, really worst comes to worst, you can always just take a shower after the fact. Not that everyone wants to do that after every time. Or you can do dip the hand in the water and just do the thing. I hope that things have calmed down where you're at and that you've been able to get some. So fingers crossed, because this was posted 8 days ago. If there's been no improvement in the situation since 8 days ago, I do believe this person is probably either hand dipping or showering. And I hope that's not the case for you. I think once we hit the maximum point of quarantinage, I think things will start to level out. It's basically like every time there's a new, more strict step or increased worry, that's when there's going to be more panic buying. And once we hit the point of like keeping it level and things don't clamp down any further, I think slowly things will return to the usual purchasing habits. At least that's my hope. Thanks for tuning in to this month of Mildly Infuriating. Hopefully you've enjoyed. Make sure to like our sponsor, the like button, if you liked, and check out the playlist in the description if you want to catch more Mildly Infuriating. Also, subscribe if you're not already. I'll see you next time.